By this time, only 7 are in link. 7 have joined. And thus it is 5:15. So let us wait for 2 or 3 minutes so that the number will be increased.
Okay, sir.
Or if you want to make some other discussion, we can discuss before the class starts. You can tell your problem or anything you like. We can have a discussion. Why should you sit idle? Now the number is increasing.
Sir, namaskar.
Hello.
Sir, namaskar.
Namaskar. Any problem?
Sir,
Do you want to share?
Sir, more a question thila.
Please. Sure.
Sir,
Lupi.
sir, vernacular school ta jo school le mother tongue re teaching दिया जाए. ताले हमें जनरल स्कूल एबे सब जनरल स्कूल रे तो मदर टंग रे भी दिया जाउची. तो सब जनरल स्कूल को हमें वर्नाकुलर स्कूल कहि परिबे की ना वर्नाकुलर स्कूल किछि सेपरेट अलगा अछि.
If mother tongue is used as the medium instruction, this word was used by Britishers. During the British time, it was known as vernacular. Now we are not using vernacular. For example, nowadays we are making use on the basis of the recommendation of RT Act or your NP, NEP. We are using the home language as the medium instruction. Ebe tribal area रे बर्तन तांकर निज घर language को व्यवहार करे जे ପାଇଁ कुहाज करा गलानी. धर for example, all chiki. Have you any idea of all chiki?
Yes sir, all chiki. जोटा कि हम ओडिया कहते हैं ओली
बर्तमान मयूरभंज जिला मयूरभंज जिला सांताली पिला मानक पई ऑल चिकी रे पढा जे गणित हो विज्ञान हो साहित्य जा हो ता द्वारा कोन हो ना से पिलांकर इंटरेस्ट बेसी आसीओ. मो जो ट्राइबल पिला मोर होम लैंग्वेज हो ऑल चिकी सांताली पिला किंतु स्कूल रे पढा होची मातृभाषा ओडिया रे तेनो मते कष्ट होची. तेनो तांको हेत पई बर्तन सब ट्राइबल पिलांग पई तांको भाषा रे बही लेखा होची. माने से ओडिया पाठ को ओडिया भाषा को तांको ट्राइबल लैंग्वेज आदिवासी भाषा रे करा जाउची सो दैट दे कैन अंडरस्टैंड. किंतु हम ताको कहि परिया कि वर्नाकुलर कहि परिया जेतले मदर टंग टा यूज करा जिवो देन दैट स्कूल कैन बी नोन एज वर्नाकुलर स्कूल. आउ से वर्नाकुलर टर्मिनोलॉजी आउ नाही आगु यूज होतला ब्रिटिश समरे. किंतु यूजुअली इट डज मीन that a school which is adapting or following the medium of instruction, the mother tongue.
Agya sir.
Lupi,
Agya sir.
is it clear?
Agya sir. Ebe ose vernacular term ta use honi. This is a British word. एटा को ये कही परियो.
सेटा इंग्लिश समय से चलथिला इंग्लैंड जिमिति हमर जानथियो ओरिएंटलिस्ट एंग्लिसिस्ट the language problem hela kai gela na anglicist a group of people, orientalist mane kon se kole classical language should be the medium of instruction, anglicist kole na English. So therefore 3 language formula was devised by Kothari Commission.
Agya sir. Thank you sir.
So should we start the session? 11 or 12 have joined. It is 20, 5:20. So let us start. Let me discuss. To begin with, and I welcome you all to the afternoon session or evening session. One of the commissions that India has ever, it has said like this. This is the opening sentence of that commission report. The sentence was, the destiny of India is being shaped in its classroom. So this was the beginning statement, initial statement. The report starts with this: the destiny of India is being shaped in its classroom. Can anyone of you tell me which commission?
Sir, Kothari Commission.
Kothari Commission is otherwise known as
Indian Education Commission, National Education Commission.
Indian Education Commission, 1964-66. Kothari, according to he was the chairman, Professor Daulat Singh, yes, Daulat Singh Kothari. He was a professor of physics. He was the then professor of physics. He was the then chairman of UGC, like that. He was a very learned, eminent educationist. Anyhow, this is the opening sentence. The destiny of India, India means our motherland, our nation, is being shaped in its classroom. Why not he say that the destiny of India is being shaped in railway station, in bus stand, in marketplace, in cinema hall? Upon what is the implication of this statement?
Sir, आमे कहि परिबा कि कारण एजुकेशन होची गोटे इंस्ट्रूमेंट जाकी मॉडिफिकेशन बिहेवियर मॉडिफिकेशन हेल्प करता है आ गोटे पर्सनालिटी गोटे गुड गोटे ह्यूमन बिहेवियर बनेबारे एजुकेशन गोटे मेजर इंस्ट्रूमेंट काम करता है. तो आमे कहि परिबा कि एटा कोठी आबो ना गोटे स्कूल ले करि परिबा
मोस्टली in a formal situation.
Yes sir, formal situation.
But also the family is giving education. The mother is the first primary teacher of the child. But in a formal way, in a systematic way, in a planned way, we try to provide experiences, educative, so to speak, educative experiences in a planned way. For example, from the school will start from 10 to 4. And each period consists of 45 minutes or 40 minutes. First period will be dealing with mathematics as a subject. Second, like that. Also, there is the provision of some co-curricular activities. There is the provision of library study. There is the provision of sports, games, something like that. Through the organization of these activities, we try to make the children develop. Perfect development of the child is expected to be developed. So now, such development is at the hand of the students can develop. School cannot develop. School is the place. So the teacher is the agent. The teacher in the school context is the agent to bring about the changes in the children. Desirable changes, developmental processes can take place among the learners. When the students are developing, such development can attribute towards the contribution of the society, nation. That means the students are the nation builders. The teacher is the architect, and the students are the real citizen of tomorrow. We perceive, we visualize a greater India, a better nation, better India through the students. So therefore, the place is classroom. What now the question is, what happens in the classroom in a formal situation? So what are happening? There are different activities. These activities are organized in a very planned way, systematic way, in an orderly way, so that the students can develop potential. The potentiality of the child can develop or can get developed, and so development can help in the field of science, in the field of literature, in the field of technology, in the field of in the field language, like that, so that a country can develop. Therefore, the destiny of India is being developed. The destiny of India is being shaped in the classroom. Means the teacher is responsible. The teacher is the agent for such kind of situation. So therefore, teacher is considered in any country, in any nation. Teacher is considered as an academic leader. Academic leader mostly. So therefore, the students are given the direction as per their capabilities, abilities, aptitude, attitude. I can do better. The teacher can say, your child can become a mathematician. Your child can become a scientist. Your child can become a poet. The teacher can say. Now, the teacher can predict, make a prediction about the child. So therefore, the teachers throughout the country have been accepted as the change agent, as the academic leader. Now, under his leadership, under the leadership of the teacher, things do happen, changes do happen, and through changes, maybe positive, maybe negative, but mostly we accept desirable changes. Not, for example, the teacher. Many times you must have come across the news that the teacher is a drunkard, the teacher is taking bribe, the teacher is malhandling the students. Such type of teacher is not our imagination. Who can build the nation? So those teachers who have a very constructive set of mind, who are visualizing a nation in the light of the present norms and conditions, or norms and standards, value system, they can facilitate the process of development, and then we can think of a better India. The destiny of India can be possible. As an academic leader, the teacher is expected to take up the responsibility. The teacher is expected to own responsibility, role. He's a role model. So, under the leadership of the teacher, our expected outcomes is possible. What is the expected outcome? A better India. This is the vision of India. 2020. It was talked about by the then President of India, Abdul Kalam. So he was visionary. Anyhow, now let us come to our point. In the yesterday we have completed block 1, where we have talked about organizational behavior. Now today we talk about that organization can function, can run under the able leadership of the organizer. Maybe teacher in the school context, maybe the manager in the industrial context. So somebody must be the leader. So under the leadership of the able leader, things can set to the right motion. So there are 3 units under the block 2, the title of the block 2 is leadership behavior in educational management. If you have to manage your educational system, educational institutions, then certain behavior you as a leader is expected of. So that has been discussed. In the beginning of your blog, at the introductory level, it has been well said. The quotation was from Kennedy. Kennedy said, leadership and learning are dispensable to each other. The more you are having leadership, better is the perspective of learning. That means under your leadership, the students can do better. One example I can give you. This is what leadership is. Once a DO, District Education Officer, earlier it was known as CI, Circle Inspector. DO has written a letter to a particular high school, to the headmaster, that on such and such date, I will visit, supervise your school. Now the letter reached and the headmaster knows. And he said to all his staff, don't come to school on that day because the DO will come. And no teacher, no headmaster was there when the DO was on the scheduled date reached. And when the DO was there, the students were very disciplined. They were managing their work. They are making prayer. They go for their class. They are managing their everything in a very routine way, in a very systematic way, without any indiscipline. After some time, the teachers came and the headmaster came. Now the DO asked Mr. Headmaster and all the teachers, your school starts from 10. Now it is about 12. You are all late. Then the headmaster replied, sir, did you find any problem, any indiscipline, any kind of problem related to transaction when the teachers, neither the teachers were there, nor do I was there? No, I could. Now the reply was from the DO, no, nothing. It was perfect. Then the headmaster replied, it is nothing but my leadership. It is nothing but my leadership. I am a leader. I know when to do and what to do and how to do. So therefore, in my absence, if the thing, whether I am present or I am not present, that does not make any difference. I have set a direction in that way that my presence, my absence does not make any difference. So therefore, this is what we call leadership. This is what a capable leader can do. So a leader can lead the institution. A leader can, how can you lead the institution? A leader can lead the institution through influence. So therefore, leadership is nothing but it is a kind of influencing through your personal example. So now through your influence, the students are inspired. The students are encouraged. The students develop enthusiasm. So the desired result do happen. So therefore, teacher is an academic leader. Teacher is a leader in the true sense of the term. So there are, all I have told you, these leadership behavior for the management of the education system, which have been talked about throughout your 3 units, unit 5, unit 6, unit 7, in your block 2. For example, in case of unit 5, for, under your block 2, this unit 5 talks about leadership behavior. We will discuss in detail. I am just briefing you. Just you browse upon. So, what is that leadership? Leadership. What is the importance? What is the concept? All these have been discussed in unit 5. We'll talk about. I will take over that. Then in unit 6, in order to make the leadership quality better, so there are different leadership styles. What style of leadership, whether authoritarian, whether environmental leadership style, whether laissez-faire leadership style, whether transformational leadership style, whether transactional leadership style, there are a varieties of authoritarian, there are a varieties of style. which style can be adopted at which junction, at which point of time. So there is another one style, that is situational style of leadership. It depends upon situation, contingency time style of leadership. You have to act upon with the environment, with the conditions. So that has all about is the unit 6. The last unit, unit 7 of block 2, talks about transformational leadership in education management. If you want to manage your education institution, you have to manage very effectively if changes can be brought about. Positive changes. If the leader can encourage, if the leader can push the encouragement, enthusiasm among the workers, among the employees, then the management of the educational system will be very effective. That has been talked about in unit 7. So these are the 3 units, unit 5, unit 6, unit 7, that you can have in block 2. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Let us.
Sir.
Please, Mausim. Any query? No. Okay. So now let us come for a detailed discussion. So if you have your self-unit material, unit 5, page 5. Leaders, the title of unit 5 is leadership behavior and overview. Overview means let us have a view. Let us have a bird's eye view. What does leadership behavior mean? Now, at the in 5.1 introduction, one of the quotations said by Gordon has been given. What does Thomas Gordon say? Being the leader does not make you one, because leaders do not automatically get the respect and acceptance of their group members. So, in order to earn the leadership of their group and have a positive influence on the group members, leaders learn some specific skills and methods. That means when you are in a position, for example, you are a principal, you are the headmaster, or you are the DO, you are the head. Just by sitting in the chair cannot make you a good head. So you should be with the conditions. You should experience the problems, the strength, the weaknesses, the different skills, the different methods. Sometimes there are many good teachers. Sometimes for the teacher, there are many good students. We learn from the students. The headmaster learns from the teacher. The teacher learns from the headmaster. Not always the students learn from the teacher. The teacher also, vice versa. The teacher also learns from the students. We must accept, we must verify, we must rectify our own self. So therefore, those who are democratic leader, transformational leader, they accept. But when the students say the right thing, the teacher, there are many teachers, they don't accept. Oh, no. You are a small child. I am experienced. I am senior. You are challenging me. No, you must accept. If a particular student, if not all the students say, if a finger counting students, small number of students, they say, sir, it is like this. So is it like this? You cannot say no. All right, let me verify. If the students are correct, then you can, oh, okay. I am very proud to find my students a better student. Really, you are very intelligent. So that is the moment. Why not you accept the students? They are intelligent. Anyhow, so therefore, don't sitting in the chair does not make one a leader. Rather, the leader will interact with the people, employees, get himself changed, making others change. So you are changing, also you are making others change in the right perspective. That is how you can lead the institution. So therefore, leaders have the ability to bring change, either positive and negative, but we expect positive because that will contribute toward the welfare of the country. Leadership is a quality of great importance. Therefore, leaders regarding leadership, I have collected some 2 or 3 definitions. For example, it is not there. I have collected according to Terry. Leadership is an activity of influencing people to strive willingly for group objectives. So what is leadership? Whether the leader is there or not, as I was giving the example, the headmaster was not there, the teachers were not there, but the students were productively, constructively engaged. Your presence makes no difference, presence or absence. The absence of the teacher or presence of the teacher does not make any difference for the students in the school context or in an education institution if the leadership is prevailing. That means the students are influenced. Sir, doesn't matter. You remain or do not remain. Will do. Please trust. So that is what leadership is. That is what you have influenced the students. Therefore, activity will go on. If the students are, if the people are student, if the employees are encouraged. Sasmita, please, you have raised the hand. Any problem? Sasmita. Sasmita, do you want to say something? Hello, Sasmita, am I audible? Okay. So therefore, in order to realize the goals of the organization, certain activities are undertaken, and the most important one of activities to influence, the leader will influence the employees so that they can do the things willingly. Whether you are there, it will strive, it will continue. The persistency of willingness will be clearly visible. Sasmita, do you want to say something?
Sir, please repeat the definition. Sorry, due to the network problem, I am not audible to you, sir.
Oh.
So please repeat.
According to George Terry, Terry, according to Terry,
yes,
1954, bracketed, leadership is an activity. Leadership is an activity of influencing people, employee, activity of influencing people to strive willingly. Whether you are there or you are not there, teacher is there or not there, the students are continuing and working. People to strive willingly for group objectives, group goal of the organization, common goal. Is it okay?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
For group objective. Similarly, Kunj and Donnell, they state that a leadership is influencing people to follow in the achievement of common goal. The same thing. Why do the leader influence the workers? Now, let them continue that, let the workers be encouraged, let the workers have enthusiasm, and so that they can continue willingly. No one will force, no one will impose. You are working spontaneously. So that is because of influence. So that the goal can be achieved. Goal, whose goal? Goal of the organization, common goal. There are 10 teachers in the school. The school has the goal, means it is your goal. It is the goal of the group. So that group goal can be achieved if the employees are, teachers are there, workers are influenced. Now, when you are talking about leadership, that means whose leadership? The leadership of the leader. A leader can become the leadership of the leader can be seen if certain skills are found. That means if a leader employee uses different skills, then that leader can become a good leader because those leadership qualities are found. So let us discuss what are the skills related to leadership. So there are 3 skills. The 3 skills of a leader. That will, those skills will make the leader a good leader having the leadership quality. One is technical skill, another is human skill, another is conceptual skill. So these are the three skills of a good leader. Because leadership, who takes the leadership? The leader. How can you take up the leadership if these three skills are with you? So number one is technical skill. That is very much important for a leader. For example, what is that skill? The skill, the ability to use knowledge, method, techniques, and equipment. If a leader is able to make use of knowledge, whatever knowledge you have, that is to be used, the methods to be used, the techniques to be used, and equipment. For example, method related to transaction. For example, any subject. For example, you are teaching mathematics. Nowadays, we have your 5B model. Have you any idea of 5B model? Any of you?
Yes, sir.
So 5B.
5B model
First is engagement.
Engage, explore,
Engage.
explain, elaborate, evaluate.
Explore, explain, elaborate, evaluate. Now, if you go through the internet, 7E has come. So therefore, anyhow, you as a leader, academic leader, you must know it. You cannot say, no, I do not know. You must know it. You have to up to date your knowledge. There is explosion of knowledge. A teacher cannot remain away with. The teacher cannot do away with the new knowledge. So therefore, you the teacher, in order to become a good leader, you must have technical abilities. Like use of knowledge, use of methods, use of techniques, use of for example, there is a technique, we call it pendulum method in history teaching. Pendulum means that is the wall clock, the lower part, this side, dong, 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 means present, past, present, past, present, past. That means when you are teaching history, this is the method for history. When you are teaching history, you must relate the present context to the past. Because the present is based on the past. On the basis of the present, you can think of the future. So there is a linkage. Similarly, you are teaching mathematics. So mathematics has other method: inductive, deductive, analytic, synthetic, problem solving. Similarly, science, demonstration, observation, discussion, like that. Your experimentation, geography, observation. So, if you are a good administrator, if you are a good leader, you must have minimum knowledge of these techniques, tools, something like that. Similarly, technique of evaluation, assessment for learning, assessment as learning, assessment of learning, criterion reference evaluation, norm reference evaluation. Some minimum knowledge of all the techniques be there. Technique of tool construction, technique of, for example, sociometric technique, like that. In the classroom situation, you can know who is popular, who is star, who is isolated, who is neglected. That can be done. Anyhow, so this is the first skill if you want to be a very, very effective leader. Second is human skill. What is that skill? Ability and judgment in working with and through people. There are many people in the this is a team. Organization consists of team of people. The people have different abilities, different attitude, different aptitude, different talents. You have to identify as the leader and make appropriate placement. As we call, square peg in the square hole, round peg in the round hole. Square peg in the square hole, round peg in the round hole. That means appropriate placement, appropriate arrangement. For example, Tapan is having MSc chemistry and B.Ed. Because I am the headmaster, I do not, for example, I am giving the example. For example, I do not like Tapan. So I say, Tapan, you should teach English. Then Tapan said, no, sir, I have background of chemistry. I have science background. That doesn't matter. You are a teacher. No. Now he can teach. but his efficiency is less. Had he been given the opportunity to teach science, any topics related to science, he could have shown excellence. But we are not doing like that. So therefore, it is the task of the leader to find out those humans, those people who are working in the group, who is having what quality, best quality. So those quality, on the basis of that quality, those qualities, we can assign the work. And if that is done, that is a rational way of assigning the work, not not on the basis of headmaster ichha. It should have some justification. It should have some rationale. Why is this? For example, Sasmita is given in charge of drama. Why? Now she has dramatic ability. Shubham has been given in charge of, say, routine arrangement, something like that. When the head finds some ability with a particular individual, accordingly the assignment will be given, not that according to liking or disliking. It is not a question of like that. You are a human being, teachers are human beings, students are human beings. As a human being, you should treat other human beings as human, not as dogs. Let you understand their problem. Let you understand their sentiment. Let you understand their saying. Then you can take decision. Another. This is the skill. If you want to become an effective leader, otherwise not. Another is the last is conceptual skill. Concept, ideas. What is this? Abilities to understand the complexities of the overall organization and where one operation fit into it. When you are in the organization, when you are working in the organization, many people are there. Who is doing what? How that man is related to others? Is it not your duty? Not just assigning the duty, you finish your work. No. So therefore, organization is a network of relationship. So therefore, how one is related to other? Why one is not related to other? What is the problem? If that problem is not sorted out, for example, I am a teacher, I do not talk with other teacher. If you as the headmaster, leader, if you could see it, now you can solve the problem. What is the problem? You can invite them individually. What is your problem? Why are not talking with that teacher? He can say. Then you ask individual another teacher, what is the problem? Why not talking to that teacher? And this is the problem. Now again, both the two teachers will be invited. Now you tell me, no, this is not a good tradition. If you go on doing like that, what the students can learn? So they are imitating. You are the role model. So please don't do like that. We are all teachers. We are all human beings. Now that means you are setting the motion into right context, so that the goal of the organization can be achieved. So these are the three skills for a good leader, for an effective leader: technical skill, human skill, and your conceptual skills. With this background, let us come to, it has been well said that there are three major factors in page 6, major factors that define leadership as a concept. Influence or support. As a leader, either any leader who is not supporting. For example, you have a problem. You have gone to the headmaster. You are a teacher. You have gone to the headmaster. This is my problem. Now, if he is an efficient leader, he will tell, all right, okay, what is the problem? I can help you. No problem. So you are supportive behavior. Then voluntary effort. Nobody, always the headmaster will not tell, do this, Mr. Teacher, you are not sincere, Mr. Teacher, you are not teaching well. Not always. You should be inspired. Something should come from within. Why should something be imposed? So therefore, let the worker feel from within, not from top, from within. Then goal achievement. So every organization has the goal. When the leader is supporting and influencing, through the influence, the workers are volunteering the work, doing their work automatically, spontaneously. then achievement of goal is not far away. It will be achieved. So therefore, leadership can be called the catalyst that transform potential into reality. That means what potentially means what we are expecting, that can be reality. That is not a dream, that is actually happening. If the leader can become the agent of change, causes change. Catalyst means something changing, a person who changes others. So therefore, that influencing behavior, many times because of the capability, because of the personality, because of the intellectual potentiality, because of the sensing the personal structure of the head, we are influenced. Such influence is essential. Now, leader versus manager. Sometimes we say leader is a manager. No, not always leader is a manager. That is different. So that has been talked about. Let us come to the bullet point number 1. A person emerges as a leader. So leader is not born. Leader is, you can know how to become a good leader. What are the qualities that you can acquire? So therefore, the question whether he will or she will not emerge as a leader always depends on number of situational factors. But a manager is always put into his position. You are appointed as a manager, but leader is not appointed. Leadership is known from the situation. Oh, he has arranged the headmaster has arranged the annual function effective. Good leader. You are not appointed. You have done. This is the first difference. Another is a leader always has some informal powers. Manager, because manager is appointed. Bank manager is appointed. Certain on the basis of qualification. So therefore, but a leader is always informal power. The powers are not given. You are using, you are thinking that I should, for example, nobody has told you that you should make a prayer class. Nobody had told you to tell the student to bring quotation and hang on the wall in the class. Nobody had told you to make the arrangement of the shoes or you like that before the classroom. So this is your imagination. So this is the difference. But so far as manager is concerned, it is a formal one. There are certain code, there are certain written things. A leader generally seeks those very objectives which are the objectives of the followed. That means you are influenced. The leader is influenced. The manager may or may not. The leader influences, and through the influence, the objectives can be achieved. And those objectives are the group objectives. Objectives are the followers. But in the bank, the manager may say something, or the other people may not obey him, like that. But if you are a leader, because you are influencing, through your influence, whatever you want to do, they do. So your objective is the objective of the members of the organization. Now, Benish also talked about the different dichotomy between manager and leader. Just I will tell you, managers administer, leaders innovate. So managers are less innovative. They do not think of something new. So their administration, they are mostly concerned administration. Leaders are innovating new ideas, new thought. For example, it is not the manager who talks about 5E model. It is the leader, academic leader, who talks about how can we teach our students in a better way. 5E model, that is the innovation. Similarly, icon model. Upon you can say, what is the full form of icon model? Icon. Interpretation, not information. Interpretation construction model. Interpretation construction model. Interpretation is more important. Meaning making is more important. So therefore, there is a paradigm shift from teaching to learning. Teacher-centric to learner-centric. So therefore, Learning is not a course. That transmissionistic culture has gone. Now it is your constructivist. So not transmitting. No, not your acquisition, transmission, like that. Then managers ask how and when, how to do, when to do. Leaders ask what to do, then why you are doing. For example, it was during the time of Chola, when Chola had declared to construct a Shiva temple. So the different artists, they were engaged. Once Chola went to supervise whether the things are going on well or not, he met one of the artists. Then said, "What, Mr. Artist, what are you doing?" "No, I am cutting the stone." Then Chola went to another man. "What are you doing?" Then the reply was, "I am earning my bread and butter." ମୁଁ ରୋଜଗାର କରୁଛି। ସେ କହିଲା ପଥର କାଟୁଛି, ଇଏ ଦ୍ୱିତୀୟ ମିସ୍ତ୍ରୀ କହିଲା ମୁଁ କଣ କରୁଛି ନା ମୁଁ ରୋଜଗାର କରୁଛି ମୋ ପଇସା ବ୍ରେଡ୍ ବଟର ପାଇଁ, ଜୀବନ ଜୀବିକା ପାଇଁ। The third one, when asked another one the same question, "What are you doing?" The reply was, "I am imagining a great temple. I am imagining a great temple." Just see how the three workers, they differ in their perception, in their visualization. So therefore, leadership is essential. So not manager, leader. So therefore, what to do and why to do. If somebody say, "Mr. Science teacher, why are you taking the students for laboratory?" "No, sir, this is the oxygen, preparation of oxygen. So if it is done under the practical situation in experimental condition, then students will learn." Oh, then the leader will reply, "Yes, very good, science teacher, carry on." Why? Then managers focus on system, process, and leaders focus on people, human, because the organization is consisted of a group of people. Through the people, through the humans, you can try to achieve the goal. If the people are inspired, who will inspire? The leader. If the leader is able to inspire, bring enthusiasm, encourage, then the goal will be achieved. But managers, the most important function of your manager is let the system carry. Those who try to khul jao, kaam hogi no. So only systemic. Managers do things right. Managers, they do not allow any wrong thing. But leaders do the right things. कहीं भूल होगा कहीं ठीक है हम ठीक काम करिया मु कहतुल ना I was telling who is a good leader. A good leader is he who square peg in the square hole, round peg in the round hole. So like that, right thing in the right place. Managers maintain, leaders develop. So managers maintain the dignity, maintain the position, maintain the system. But leaders develop. If the system is not working, no, the leader will say, no, it is not working, please change it. Do like this. For example, if the leader finds that students are not engaged, students are not interested for science laboratory work, then the leader will say, no, if the students are not interested, let us change it. Don't take the students, because the students will learn, not you as a teacher. There is a proverb you must have heard. You can take the horse to the pond, but you cannot make the horse drink. You can take the horse to the pond. तमे पीटी की घोड़ा को पानी पाको नहीं पारियो किंतु पानी पी पारिबोनी. Similarly, तमे पिला को पनिशमेंट दबो या करो ता करो किंतु से जदी इंटरेस्ट नथो he will not learn. So therefore you must create an enthusiasm for development. Managers rely on control, leaders inspire trust. So unless the leader is trusting you, if the leaders do not take the pupil into his confidence, nothing will happen. So first is confidence. For example, whenever you are suffering, you have gone to the doctor. and the doctor has prescribed some medicine, you do not suspect. You put confidence. Oh, whatever the doctor has written, it is good. So that confidence is essential. Unconditional. There is no condition. Sir, should I believe you that the medicine is proper? No, it is not like that. Whatever is given, it is unconditional trust. Managers have short-term perspective. Leaders have long-term. Always managers, they talk about 5 days, week, month, year. But leaders are talking about long 5 years plan, 2 years plan, like that. The perspective like managers accept the status quo, leaders challenge the status quo. Status quo means what is happening. What is happening, let us accept. That is the voice of manager. But that is not the voice of the leader. Leader says, if it is not functioning well, let us change it. Why should we go like this? It is going on a wrong way. It is not helping for our development. So let us change. So don't become very traditional. Managers have an eye on the bottom line. Leaders have an eye on the horizontal. That means, horizontal means every worker in the group is equal. Every human being is having equal footing before the leader. But in case of manager is always looking to the bottom, whether it is the thing is going on or not. Then managers imitate, leaders originate. What imitate means repeating. What has been told, you are doing. But leaders originate. If something does not happen, you can change it. You can have your own. That means opportunity is given. You can create your own. You are independent. Then managers emulate the classic good soldier. Leaders are their own person. So emulate means to do better. So therefore, leaders try to do better. Opportunity given, independence given. Leaders are their own person. You are you. Nobody can influence you. Then managers copy, leaders show original. So managers do whatever has been told. In Odia, it is told. Jaha shikhai jata dhari re borangi. That means tape recorder. Shua ठीक जाके ताको जहाँ कहै छी ककाइले कका कयो माइले मा कयो, nothing more nothing less. Tape recorder. But leaders show original. Leaders sometimes they show something new things. Similarly, another way that is Kotter's distinction between managers and leaders have been given in terms of 3 basic tasks. The basic tasks are given left side: deciding what needs to be done, creating networks and relationships, and ensuring people to do the job. So therefore, for the managers, coping with complexity. For the leaders, coping with the change. This is how the manager and leaders, they do differ. Now, another concept related to leadership is that whether leadership is a process or product. Leadership is a process or product. Now, when you talk about leadership as a process, what is that? When you talk about leadership as a process, means as a process, leadership entails perceiving when changes are needed and influencing and facilitating a group effort. That means as a process, it is a process of change. It is a process of influence. So that is how you are perceiving. So, perceiving means, should these people, this member of the group need some kind of encouragement? Is it that the kind of influence which I have given, which I have suggested, which I have bestowed, is it right or wrong? So therefore, this is the process approach of your leadership. This process should lead to the accomplishment of 6 generic leadership tasks. When you are talking about leadership as a process, that can include some leadership tasks. That means generic means as a group, including the whole group. So what are the 6 generic leadership tasks? Number 1 is inspire a shared vision. that always the members are sharing the vision which you have, the consensus which we have arrived at. That is because of all have agreed. So therefore the leader will inspire. In spite of differences, different opinions, differences in opinion. So let us have a common opinion so that on the basis of that we can work and our goal can be achieved. Goal means goal of the organization can be achieved. Then foster unity, collaboration, ownership. Yes. So when you are a leader, you must recognize the individual, his strengths, weaknesses. They should be encouraged to take ownership. They must work in cooperation. They must be united, not fragmented, so that they can work for the goal. Exercise power effectively and empower others to act. So the leader has been given the power. There is no two viewpoints. The power will be used, but in a very judicious way. Also, empower the members to act. Using your power, you are empowering use your power in a positive way so that the members will be empowered, will be encouraged so that they can act properly. Then exert influence outside the group in order to set the right context for the group or organization. Sometimes when you are influencing, that influence does not mean during the group work. Also out of the context, when the group is not working, out of the group, individually we can also inspire. Establish an environment conducive to learning, stimulating learning. So that it is the task of your leader to establish, to frame a kind of framework so that the environment will be stimulating. There will be no quarrel. It is quiet. It is amicable. All are participating ungrudgingly. All are doing work collaboratively. That kind of environment is essential, and that is possible through leader. And then satisfy the work-related needs of the members of the group as an individual. So when you are working in the group, you have been assigned some task. So in order to do your work, certain related requirements are there. For example, you are working together for a science exhibition, all the science teachers. So what are the work related needs? Some materials are to be collected, some funds are to be raised, something. So when the science teacher said to the headmaster, sir, this much of fund is essential, you have given me this amount, that is not sufficient, please raise. If the leader says, oh yes, fund is not a problem, please go on doing. So therefore, it can help because the teachers are satisfied. So workers are satisfied. This is all our process. Product. As a product, leadership is viewed as a set of qualities. How can you become a good leader? When the product like the qualities like cooperation, fellow feeling, trust, confidence, like that. When a set of qualities that leaders must possess in order to successfully accomplish. So this is a product. That means it is produced. The leader must have the set of qualities which can help the leader to facilitate the process. The above 6 tasks. So this is what your process and product dimension of your leadership. Then attributes of leaders vis-a-vis education system. When you are working in an education system like school, colleges, so how the different quality attributes, different components, characteristics of leader, they are related to education system. If those features and characteristics are not there with the leader, then this will affect the educational system, defunct. Or, for example, adaptable and open to change. The leader should accept the changes. The leader should not only be stereotyped. New things should be adopted. So therefore, adaptive. to the changing situation. Things are not always the same. Insightful. That means reflection. How best can be done? How we can do the best? How can our organization be the best one? So therefore, our school must be different from other school. Our college will be different from other colleges. So what should be done? That insight is required, or that reflection is to be made. That is quick grasp. You must have learned psychology, insightful learning with Mayer, like that. That is your gestalt psychologist. Then team building, all will work together, collaboration, willing to accept responsibility. Because when you are working in a group, all the members have been assigned different, individual members have been assigned different responsibilities. So you have to accept it. You cannot say no. Then motivate others. The leader create an environment where the other want to do their best. So you have to motivate, you have to energize, you have to encourage. Communication, yes. You have to extend. You have to talk with people. What are their problems? What can be done? How can the leader help them? Like that. Communication, visionary, futuristic outlook. Sometimes the teacher might ask you, sir, you have given this task. What is the benefit? What in future? How can it help? Now you can tell. You can make a prediction. You can have a futuristic outlook so that things will be done properly. Networking. So the leader develops a cooperative relationship, networking. Confident. Whenever the people are working, you can develop that confidence. Yes, you can do. When some teachers, some workers say, no, sir, it is not possible, you can say, yes, why not? It can be possible. If that old man has done like this, I'm ଶୁଣିଛନ୍ତି ଜଣେ ପଥର କାଟି କାଟି 7 ବର୍ଷ 8 ବର୍ଷ ପରେ ପାଣି ଆଣିଲା ଗାଁ. If that old man can do this, why not we? So therefore, then planning any activity, if it is well planned, so leader can, in collaboration with the other teachers, can plan. Planning is not the business of the headmaster only, not the head. So all will be participating in the planning for achieving the goal of organization. Decision making. The leader takes the timely decision. What is to be done at what time? For example, this was my practice at the head in the B.Ed college in Koraput. So at the day of admission, so the students are given the timetable. The students were oriented. This teacher, this is his name, introduction. He will be teaching this subject. He has the background like that. Now we say something about the institution. This institution is having 50 years. What is the history? Now the students on the first day, he can have a sense, oh, very systematic, well planned. Though they have told about the history of the college or school, about the teacher competency, teacher expertise, giving the routine, said something like that. Even when I was doing my MPhil in Kurukshetra, on the moment of the admission, we know what is your hostel room number, who is your warden, what is the fees, examination, when the schedule of examination, everything. In Kurukshetra, in northern part, within 45 days, your result will be published. From the date of examination, within 45 days, 99% times the result is published. So you are very clear. Planning, decision making, delegating sometimes, because the leader cannot do everything. So power is to be given to some other. So therefore, the leader appropriately and effectively assign responsibility. Managing information. Sometimes you have to collect information, identify information, organize, analyze as information needed for the organization. For example, how many members are there? Who are the vice members? What are their qualifications? How many times the committee has been constituted? How many it is conducted? Why some members are not attending? Those who are not attending, have we communicated them? Like that. Similarly, how many students are low achievers? If the low achiever, in which subjects? What steps have been taken? Have the parents been contacted regarding the achievement level of the student? Something like that. So all the detailed information. And then ethical, morality. So the leader acts consistently with the principle of fairness and right. Always the head must be impartial, very righteousness, having good conduct. So that can help the people to accept your school, or also your teachers, students can accept you, so that whatever you can say, people will accept. Right there. Now, beside these 11, there are also some. Beside this, there are some other additional attributes like tolerance of ambiguity and complexity. Sometimes ambiguity means difficult situation. Sometimes you could not. There is problem. You can take decision. The leader comfortably handles vague and difficult situations. For example, a teacher has beaten a student. For example, it should not be. The teacher has given some physical punishment. Now the child has reported to the parents. Next day the parents have come with lathi. Now they are shouting. Now at the head of the school, that the teacher has committed blunder, mistake. But that should be, the problem should be solved. Not the problem should be allowed to continue. So therefore you can go past. All right, come here, don't shout. This is a school, you are all villagers, you are all well informed that our school is like this. If something has gone wrong, let us come and discuss. Then you can convince them. You should persuade them. So yes, all right, I apologize on behalf of my teacher. It should not be done, it is done. So sometimes wrong is done. So without knowledge, we are not aware of that. So now the things have to be solved. So therefore, you must tolerate. Then courageous, risk taker. You take risk. Whenever you are doing some innovative idea, risk will be taken. Let us see what. Let us take up this. And then initiating, beginning. So the leader frequently introduce new ideas. It is the leader who can. Achievement oriented, commitment to achievement of goals. Then persistent, continue. The leader continue to act on beliefs despite difficulty. There are difficulties, but you will continue. That difficulty will not make you to stop your work. Then conflict management. And this is a fact. When you are in the working in a group, 10 to 15 members, this man may not, this member may not like that member. This member is very adamant, that member is very simple. So there are many differences, but you have to resolve those conflicting situations. Otherwise, goal achievement will be a very difficult one. Don't tolerant for frustration. When you are working, means sometimes it may be delayed, and because it is delayed, you are frustrated. Sir, it is very difficult, not possible. So now in that time, you will come forward. Committed to common good, very good. Then stress management. The leader effectively deals with the demands of high pressure work situation. Sometimes the pressure is there, workload is more. Many times at the elemental level, the teachers complain. I have visited. They say, sir, we are doing MDM program. We are supervising the meal. We are teaching. We are doing census work. We are doing this and that. Sorry, very difficult. But you have to convince them. So stress management, using appropriate leadership style. There are different, we'll discuss. There are different styles of leadership, which no one leadership style is appropriate to every context. It depends upon the situation. Sometimes you will be using authoritative style. Sometimes you are using democratic style. Sometimes you will be using transactional style. Sometimes you will be using your transformation style. That depends upon your context or situation. Sensitivity and respect. So the leader should be genuine. The leader should have genuine concern for the feeling of others. What other members feel. What is their feeling? What is their problem? So their problem is your problem. So then you can say, please open up your mind. Tell me what is your problem. How can I help you? So therefore, that can give a sense of respect. Oh, my headmaster, my principal is respecting me. He or he is understanding my problem, my sentiment, like that. Then next is your characteristics of leadership in the educational system. So when you are working in a particular education system, maybe college, maybe school, maybe elementary, maybe secondary. So these are the characteristics. Already I have told you. Set the pattern and guide the outcomes cooperative, because our outcome cannot be achieved without cooperative action. Guide the education program. There are different education programs. For example, say observing science day or scientist day, say cleaning day, environmental pollution day, something like that. So you must guide, then give common understand to common purposes. So let the members of the group in the school, the teachers in the school, be given the common understanding. This is for the reason for which we are working. Then produce cohesiveness, without which cohesiveness means working together, networking. Communicate with personnel with a sense of mutual understanding. That means those who are working, personnel means the people who are working, you must give some understanding so that they can work together. Generate enthusiasm for the project. Whenever the projects have been given, taken up, you must encourage them. Resolve differences which frequently arise in growing organization. When the organization is growing, more people are required, more persons are involved, more activities are taken up. Therefore, there is the possibility of more differences. And when the differences are there, you must resolve, you must solve. Then lead by example and inspire. You must be the example. For example, this is my understanding. When I joined as the principal in city Bhavani Patna, one day I found that the toilet, both boys and girls, were very dirty, very, so they are not cleaned properly. Then I used to tell the students, the students, you are using this, why not you clean? How you are going? It will affect your health. It will, so therefore, it will be injurious for your health. In spite of my 2 or 3 time saying, nobody cares. Then once, one day after prayer, I have told to my class 4 employee, peon, that you should communicate the student that the principal is cleaning the toilet. So because this was knowingly I was doing. Then after the prayer, the peon said to the students, so your principal is cleaning. When I was cleaning, the students said, sir, we are cleaning. I said, why not you cleaning? I have told you 3 times, thrice, but you are not doing. You are using. I am not using. So it will be not. It is not healthy. Infection will be there. Then some of the students, not all, 4 or 5, they volunteer, they clean. Then I said, just all the students, just see, before you are cleaning, after cleaning, which is better? Now this is better. Now you can use it properly and it is hygienic. Then after some days, almost all the students, they have their grouping. These 4 today, Monday, those 4 Tuesday. So weekly the work was done. So therefore, you should give the example. So therefore, not always you are telling, you should be practically you are doing. Contribute to the group by advancing youth. So always when there is a problem, when the members come to you, they require your suggestion, please suggest. Then there are certain principles of leadership. First principle is know yourself and seek self-improvement. That means you are the leader. Unless you know what you are, what strengths you have, what abilities you have, what weaknesses you have, how can you help others? For example, you are a very good man, but sometimes you are losing temper. So that cannot help you. So you must ask, oh, ମୁଁ ଭାରି ଟିଙ୍ଗା ରାଗି ଯାଉଛି, ରାଗି ଗଲେ ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କର ବ୍ୟବହାର ଖରାପ ହେଇଯିବ, ନାଇଁ ମୁଁ ରାଗି. So you must know your strength, weaknesses. Then be technically proficient. Always I have told you. So you should know your job requirement, and have a solid familiarity with task. So what are your requirements? Third is seek responsibility and take responsibility. That means you are responsible. You take up responsibility. Ownership of responsibility is not your own. You take ownership. Also, let other members of the group, they share also responsibility. So that you are taking responsibility, they are taking responsibility, and both are responsible. And goal achievement is not far away. Then make a sound and timely decision. Digdarsani, is there any problem, Digdarsani? No.
No, sir, no, sir.
Make a sound and timely decision. So whatever decision you are taking, that should be sound. Sound means it should have some logical necessity. Why? Somebody may say, why did you engage the students in cleaning? Well, that's the paper about it. Headmaster pilamanku nei kaam karauchi. So you can give the clarification. No, it is not a question of doing this. It is a part of their work. It is a part of their work. Therefore, there is my I'm a B.Ed re amar gochi program kon na campus cleaning. So that is a part of academic activity. This is not my personal business. This is institutional. So therefore, then timely decision. For example, I have seen the scholarship has come. The students will be disbursed, but 3 months, 4 months have gone, but it is not given. Why? Similarly, the books have reached the school, but it is not distributed among the students. The uniform has come, it is not given. So it is not a good quality of leader. So therefore, the leader should see timely decision. Then set example, because unless you are doing, your members will not do. हाँ ये हेडमास्टर खाली कहू बेले टीचर कहबे ना ये हेडमास्टर खाली कुआलेटा खाली कहूची किछ करू नाही किछ ना कले आमे टे इन्स्पायर हेबु. सो बेले बेले आमे मु देते कैंपस क्लीनिंग हुए मु आगे कोदाल स्पेड मु आगे कोदाल नै क्लीनिंग करबी 5 मिनिट 3 मिनिट दउ पिला का फोटो उठा मुने ना फोटो नै मु फोटो उठे काम करनी तुम सब काम करो. So now you set the example. Though when you set the example, that will inspire others to become example for others. Then know your people and look out for their well-being. Know your people. Who are the people in the education is one? Teachers. Some are male teachers, some are female teachers. They have their own problems. So when you know your teachers personally. So how can you know? You collect information. You must maintain a profile. I do that. Every teacher, his name, his father's name, date of birth, qualification, specialization, academic career, motivation, forces, hobbies, everything, problems, something like that. So now you can see if the teacher is not sincere, someday you can see the profile. What is the problem? What could be the problem? Oh, he or she belongs to a joint family. Maybe there are members. Then you can ask, is it that your family members are very large and you are engaged? Then the reply may be yes or no, sir. It is not like that. I had some personal problem like that. So you should know your people and their well-being. How good are they? Sometimes some teachers are sincere. At one point of time, they are very lazy. They are very not happy. Then you can inquire. So what happened to you? You are always very sincere. Now my daughter or sister is going to marry. This much of amount is required, but I have no such amount. So what can I do? Therefore, I am thinking. Therefore, the headmaster can say, all right, you can go bank. All our staff members we can arrange. So let us think. Why are thinking like that? Keep your people informed. What is happening around you? Sometimes you can. I used to practice. Also, you should know. For example, some of the teachers, either from the college or from the school, they attend some orientation, some training program organized by SCRT, NCRT, or board, something like that. In our case, college, UGC, ICCSR, or academic type college, they go for attending. Then you can say, all right, my dear colleague, I will relieve you. You will participate the program. On return from the program, you will tell us in a group what you have learned and how those skills be used in our school situation, in our college situation. For example, 7 days program or 5 days program. Basically, we have 2 types of program, training program for the school teachers. One is your content enrichment training program, Another is thematic training program. Content means the subject you are teaching. For example, you are teaching mathematics. So you can go and attend the orientation of mathematics. I am teaching geography. I will go for geography training. You are teaching English. You can go for English so that you can be empowered. You can know more and more about your content, knowledge. Another is a thematic, theme-based. When new things come, whether you are teaching science or English or history, doesn't matter. For example, value-based education. For example, 5E model. For example, icon model. For example, Gary method. For example, continuous and comprehensive evaluation. So these are the new things. Unit planning, transaction strategy, leadership style. So you must know as a teacher. So when you have attended either content enrichment or your thematic On your return, the headmaster will convene a meeting, not disturbing your class after 4. When the school is closed, you can sit for half an hour. Mr. Teacher or Miss Teacher or Mrs. Teacher, you have attended 7 days or 5 days. Please appraise. Please tell us, what did you learn from that training program? Now he or she will tell. Now you tell, in our school, is it possible to use all this? Now this is possible, this is not possible. Okay, now we can use. This is what a visionary leader can do. So therefore, keep your people informed that by attending some program, something like that, or whatever you know from different sources, you can tell them. Develop a sense of responsibility in your people. So always, you should as a leader, you should inspire them to take up responsibility. Taking up responsibility should be spontaneous, not bad. Yes, it is possible. You are the only member. You can encourage. The leader will encourage. You are the only member who can do this, who can show justice, not none else. So therefore, you should be inspiring. Your inspiring words you should be very polite. Your gesture, your posture as a leader can motivate others to take up responsibility. Otherwise, if you are not responsible, how can the work be done? Ensure that tasks are understood, supervised, and accomplished. The tasks are given, not distributing responsibility and task. As a leader, your work is over. No, you can see the task given to Mr. M. Is it done? Did he understand what is the task to be done? Is he clear about the accomplishment? How to do, from which? If not, you can help. Then therefore you should supervise. Then train as a team. So you can tell every member that though you are working individually, you have been given individual assignment. But when those individual assignments are put together, that becomes the teamwork. So therefore, every member should work in a very sensible way, in a very responsible way, so that it can help in the group objective achievable. Then use the full capabilities of your institution. Maybe whatever facilities are there in a school, use them. I have seen it should not be. In some of the schools, very good schools, they have their library. There are some books which have never been used by the students or the teachers. There are some globes, charts, they are not used by the teacher while teaching history or geography. Very lethargic teachers. There are some dictionaries never ever used. Let me tell you, there is a dictionary. So why can you tell me why do you use dictionary? Can anyone of you? Why do you use dictionary?
Sir, actual meaning ta janiya pai.
This is one of the function. Another is sound system. Advanced learners dictionary. When you refer to, for example,
Go.
G-O. So what is the pronunciation?
Oh.
No, go. This is diphthong sound. So there are 45 sounds. 44 now it are 45 sounds. Diphthong sound, consonant sound. So, sorry, vowel sound and consonant sound. Vowel sound 20. Pure vowel, diphthong vowel. What is diphthong? When two vowels are combined together and sound is produced. G-O, go. You can write G-O, but pronunciation is your phonetics. Pronunciation is go, O and U. So this is diphthong sound. Say, S-A-Y. I'm going to say, no. Say, S-A-I. So A-I, that is the transcription. So therefore, dictionary can be used not for the meaning of the difficult word, but also for like this. Similarly, you must, if you have observed minutely, देखो dictionary सब रंग दिया है तो पेज रे माने ए जो एथिक एस रो एथिक वर्ड आर रो एथिक वर्ड बी रो एथिक वर्ड सबुठ बेसी वर्ड को शब्द रे ना एस आर और आर रे So now the child can say, sir, how many words are there in the dictionary related to alphabet S? So you know only the use of dictionary like this meaning. All right, this is one. Another, in case of dictionary, you want to know the meaning of the word, you are referring to dictionary. But opposite, juxtaposite. You know the meaning, but for which word this meaning is appropriate. How can you know? So that is known as treasury. So in case of treasury, THESAURY, treasury, the meaning is given. That meaning is contextualized. That meaning is referring to this word. So that can be repeated. Anyhow. So therefore, use the full whatever capabilities you have, in either library or instructional laboratory, teacher capability, student ability, your members of the community. Now use them. Use all these. I have seen there is science laboratory. The science teacher is not using. Why? It could have been better. The concept of science would have been better clarified. Anyhow, so now factors of leadership. So there are 4 factors. These 4 factors are like the follower, because you are the leader, the group members will follow you. Leader, another factor in leadership is the leader itself. What are the capabilities? Initiating, making others encouraged. A leader is one, expect to have honest understanding of who you are. You must understand who am I? What for I am leader? What am I doing? You ask honestly. Then communication, interact, use language, very polite, like that. Then situation. So you must know in which situation you are leader. What is the context? What is the environment? Do you have all the necessary facilities so that you can conduct your activities? So therefore, situation is more important. Then let us come to leadership theories. So these theories can put more understanding on the concept of leadership. The first page number 41, sorry, 14. Have you material with you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
14.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm giving the first theory is, this is more important. Theory is more important, not great man. Great man theory. This great man theory, what does it say? The capacity for leadership is inherent. That great leaders are born, not made. That means from the very birth, inherent means from the very birth, you are born with those qualities. What are the qualities required to become a leader? You just inherent from the gene factor, from the parents. So therefore, it is like that. Trait theory. Another theory, trait. What do you mean by it is not there? What do you mean by trait? According to a trait refers to general characteristics of an individual. General characteristics. According to Woodworth, a trait is some particular quality of behavior which characterizes the individual in a wide range of his activities and which is fairly consistent over a period of time. For example, you are a teacher. Teaching is your main function. But what is the general characteristics? For example, you are doing social work. You are helping the rural people. You are undertaking some project. So general, not teaching is general. Teaching, you are appointed for that. Besides that, you are doing something else. So that is your trait. Now, this trait, according to this trait theory, people are born with inherited traits. Inheritment from the hereditary. Some traits are particularly suited to leadership. So, Stockdale identified the following traits and skills as critical to leaders. I have told you trait. What is skill? Skill is the ability to do something well. Teaching is a skill, cooking is a skill, to do something well. So skill can be divided into domain general and domain specific. Domain general means includes Same time management, teamwork, self-motivation, leadership. Domain specific refer to a particular job. Science teacher specific, art teacher, humanity teacher specific, art teacher something, then dance teacher something, domain specific. Now let us differentiate between trade and skills. This is what your trade theory. The following so the following traits and following skills are very much required to become an effective leader. So what are the traits? Adaptable to situations. Adaptable to situations. For example, you have decided to do something. You have decided that on 15th August, sorry, on 20th August, there will be a debate competition. On 20th August, there is cyclone. Can you conduct under these circumstances? No. So change it. So now you can give a notice. No, because due to unavoidable circumstances, the early notice is forfeited. So the next date of conducting debate competition will be later on notified. Similarly, you have decided that the annual function will be conducted on such and such April or May on a particular date. On that day, the Prime Minister has expired. So it will be stopped because the country is observing condolence. So no function. So like that. So you must adapt. Alert to social environment. So when you are working in a particular school or in a particular organization, the people are there, the surrounding is there. For example, in particularly in case of Koraput or in case of your Gajapati, schools are located in the hilly area. Very difficult to go there. Sometimes the teacher may be late. Then you cannot say, why are you, the teacher, Mr. Teacher, why are you late? You must know the environment. So social environment. Also, what type of people are there? What is their harvest? What is their occupation? What is their major source of living? You must know. Then ambitious and achievement oriented. The leader is this is one of the traits. One of the traits. The leader is ambitious. Yes, my school should do, my people will do like, and I will achieve like this. Then assertive. What is assertive? Showing a strong and confident personality. So as a leader, you must show strong personality. Cooperative, helping, decisive. Whatever you have decided, it is the decision of yours and with the colleagues. Then dependable, people will depend on. No, otherwise, sometimes you say today, sometimes tomorrow, some days day after tomorrow. No, the teacher will say, "Ita kona amar headmaster, amar vidyalaya mukhya hojon kona na Mohammad Tughlaq." Kौन सो गल दिल्ली रू घुंचो no, decisive. Then dependable, we must dependent. The dominant, desire to influence others. So you must influence. Energetic, that means energetic means you can do activity at a high level. Persistent, one minute. Once you start working, you will continue. Let it get finished. Not that you have started and after frustration, oh, it will take time, it is not possible. No, it will continue and let it be completed. Then self-confidence. Yes, I believe that I can do. I am the leader. I can help them. Tolerant of stress. Whenever there is frustration or stress, there is some problem. So you have to manage. Willing to assume responsibility. Yes, responsibility, ownership is your work. Then these are the traits. Skills. Skills means ability to do something well. So what are skills? So that you can do well. Clever, intelligent. How to handle the situation? You have to use intelligence. Sorry. What is intelligence? Ability to adjust to different situations of life. Ability to learn. Ability to carry on abstract thinking. Simple, we can say intelligence is an ability. Ability for what? Ability to adjust to different situations of life. So therefore, you should handle the situation cleverly. Conceptually, skill. That means you should have conceptual clarity. Whenever you are going to lead, some teacher may ask, sir, what is this? What is the meaning of this? How can you do? You must have knowledge of. Then creative. This is one of the basic skills. What is creative? Creativity. That means doing something new. So there are two kinds. How can you do something new? Through thinking. There are two types of thinking. One is your convergent thinking, another is your divergent thinking. Thinking from different perspective. Creativity relate to divergent thinking. Thinking in different ways. Thinking in different, by adopting different approaches, creating something new. For example, there are many definitions. One of the ways to look at creativity as told by Drebdahal. He says, what is creativity? Creativity is the capacity of persons to produce composition, product, or ideas of any kind which are essentially new or novel and previously unknown to the producer. Any composition. For example, you are composing a poem. The poem which you have composed, earlier it was not there. So therefore, anything which was not earlier there and it is produced, that becomes creative. So therefore, as a leader, you can say, in the history of this school, this has not been done. So let us do that. Then diplomatic and tactful. But diplomatic, what is diplomatic? For example, the teacher say, sir, should you do like this? Immediately don't say yes or no. Yes or no. You say, let us see. हाँ कि ना कहनी सर एमती करवा हाँ करिया कि ना करना कही देखिबा सर व्यस्त होंतुनी टाइम आसु करवा देखिबा आमर जने प्रिंसिपल थिले भोजी खाया को जिवे ता पत्रा जीवो सर भोजी केमिते हेतला आमे कोन कहबा भलो होइतले खराब हेतले भलो हेतले भलो कहबा खराब हेतले खराब कहबा किनु से कहबिनी मंद नुह अरे मंद नुह माने कोन मंद नुह ना मंद. So therefore diplomatic politicians, they are very diplomatic. So therefore tactful, you should be very careful. Tactful, fluent in speaking. Yes, this is one of the skills of a leader. You must be speaking well, communicative. You must be expressive. What you want to express, what you want to speak, you should be able to speak so that the others will accept you leaders. For example, in any government, like for example, in Congress party, there are many leaders who are very communicative. Shashi Tharoor, very communicative. Man of Kerala, very beautiful English. Similarly, in your BJP, say Pramod Mahajan, Sushma Swaraj, Smriti Irani, there are many people who can speak very nicely. So therefore, they are accepted as leader. Similarly, in the headmaster or the principal, if they are unable to communicate, teacher so how can you influence? So therefore, communicative, fluent in speaking, knowledgeable about the group task, whatever the group we are doing. If somebody asks you what the members of the group are doing, you must know who is doing what assignment is given, what task is given to which member. Then organized administratability. It is because of your administratability the work is organized properly, planned properly, done properly. Things have been done. But if it is not done properly, people will criticize. Master ki principal good con function kari palani. Ye kata coach, organized, systematic, well planned. Then persuasive. You must persuade. When there is a critical situation, when there is difference of opinion, you can persuade. No, please. I understand it is a problem for you. The persuasive, making others convincing, socially skilled. That means you can make the people cooperative. You can make the people work together. So this is one. Then another is a contingency theory. Your leadership contingency depends on. In contingency theory of leadership, the success of the leader is a function of various contingencies in the form of subordinate, task, or group variables. That means when the group is working, so some is leader, some is senior, some is junior, subordinate, tasks are given. Then there are group variables means the group varies means you are science teacher, I am art teacher, you are male, I am female, you are rich, I am poor, but we are all teachers. So this is a situation. So therefore, looking at these variables, you must use your leadership quality. One must Therefore, contingency theories are a class of behavioral theory that contend that there is no one best way of leading, and that a leadership style is that effective in some. That means no, because the groups are varying, group members, the same group, they will work for 2 months. Within 7 days of working, people are getting fighting. Within next 15 days, they are not doing. So therefore, you have to decide what type of leadership quality you will apply for the situation. Therefore, we can say that the basic assumption of this theory is that the leader's ability to lead is depend upon various situational factors, including the leader's preferred style, the capabilities, and behavior followed. So on the basis of that, for example, you are saying something, nobody is hearing. So why should you say? So better remain silent. So remain silent for some days. Then let the time come and you can say something. Then another is your fielder's least preferred co-worker. So fielder had identified least preferred co-worker scoring for leadership. It says that high LPC, least preferred co-worker leader, tend to have closer and positive relationship and act in a supportive way. That means whenever which the work they would like to list to work which again and then to score the person on a range of scales between, for example, cheerful, friendly, helpful, negative, effect, unfriendly. So on the basis of these qualities, you can say whether it is least preferred or more preferred. So therefore, there are different tasks member which have been identified, like leader member relations. What is this? The nature of interpersonal relationship between leader and follower. You are the leader, workers are there, whether they follow you or not. So that can be helped. Therefore, the leader's personality and the personality of the subordinates play important role. Another, task structure. So what is that? The nature of the subordinate task, the task who are working, the group members, the subordinates, the task described as structure or unstructure associated with the amount of creative freedom, because when you are working, your subordinates are working, how much creativity, newness, originality they are using that allows the subordinate to accomplish the task, and how the task is defined. This is then third is your position power. The degree to which position itself enable the leader to get the group members to comply with and accept the direction. That means you are giving direction. Whether the member, please make it mute. So therefore, when you are giving the direction, whenever you are saying something, if the members are not accepting, then you can change your style of working. Therefore, on the basis of this, high and low, so relationship motivated, high, and LPC, task motivated, leader low, then you can become a good leader. Then another is your situational theory. Depends upon situation. Situational theories propose that leaders choose the best course of action based upon situational variable. Always situation varies, and according to the variability of the situation, you must adopt different styles of decision making or leadership. So now that has been given. Then Horsey and Glasser's situational leadership theory. So this is one of the situational theories. For example, supporting, it has been given. The basic premise of this theory is that effective leadership requires leadership flexibility, since different situations require different. That means the leader is not rigid. You should be changeable. You should be flexible. Depends upon your situation. Now, there are 4 situations: supporting, coaching, delegating, and directing. Just see the situational theory, figure 5.4. What is directing leaders? Directive leader define the roles and tasks of the followers. That means those group members, what they will do, you will tell them. Coaching leaders will define roles and tasks, but seeks ideas and suggestions from the follower. So the leader will also lead, but sometimes the leader will ask suggestions from the members. Supporting leaders pass their to the decisions of the task allocation and processes to other followers. The leader facilitates and takes part in decisions, but control is with the follower. Now the decision is with the leader, but the question that control is with the member. The member will control. No, no, sorry, you have taken the decision. It is not like that. So therefore, the decision is controlled by the member. Then delegating leaders. Delegating leaders are still involved in decisions. So decisions are done by leaders and problem solving. So, control is within the follower. The follower decides how the
Please,
leader will
Mamata,
be.
please, mic off karantu.
Control is with the follower. Hey, Mamata, sound hoji, mute kara.
नहीं सर ठीक है गला
Behavioral theory. Another theory is behavioral theory. Behavioral theories of leadership are based upon the belief that great leaders are made, not born. But great man theory is the leaders are born, not made. It is just opposite. The behavioral theory says the great leaders are made. You can make by developing their traits and skills, not born. Rooted in behaviorism, this leadership theory focuses on the actions of leaders like that. Under that behavioral leadership, one is the managerial grid model. Grid model means framework. So the managerial grid model is a behavioral leadership model developed by Robert Black and Jane Mutter. This model, which model? The managerial grid. This model identifies 5 different leadership styles. So what are the 5? According to grid, one is what is grid? It is written. The grid is read like a normal graph. First type of is your impoverished management. Make poor management. Impoverished means poor. Often referred to as the laissez-faire leadership. Leaders in this position have little consumption. So the leader under this scheme, under this leadership style, they do not bother for the people or productivity. What is produced? What is the outcome? Avoid taking sides. Study out confidence. They do just enough to get by. This is your first type, impoverished management. Second is country club management. Managers in this position have great concern for people. Now, you as a leader, you try to find out the problems of people. You are concerned with people and little concerned with production. So whether outcome is good or not, production is good or not, you are not concerned. You are concerned with welfare of the people. The third is authority compliance. Authority compliance. Managers in this position have great concern for the production. Lead opposite to country club. More emphasis on production and little concern of people. Whether ତମେ କହିବ କଣ ଏ ଯେମିତି ହେଲେ ରାତି 12ଟା ହଉ ଗୋଟେ ହଉ ତମେ ଆଜି କାମ ସାରିକି ଯିବ ସେ ଟିଚର କହୁଛନ୍ତି ଆଏ କାମ ନା 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 ମୁଁ ଜାଣିନି ଧରା ବନ୍ଦ କରିଦେବି ଆପଣ ରାତି ପାଇଯାଉ ଏ କାମ କରିକି ଯିବେ. So little concern for people, more concern for task. That is authority compliance. Authority କହିଛି ତାକୁ କାମ କରି ଯିବାକୁ ପଡିବ, comply କରିବ. Organization management, often termed middle of the road leadership. What is this? Leaders in this position have medium concern for average, medium concern for the people and product. Either neither the people nor do the production. 50-50. People are average concern for the production. Then team management. This style of leadership is considered to be ideal. So out of these 4, this team management is more important. Such managers have great concern for both people and production. That means people are as much as important as your production. Now the leader will tell, my dear colleagues, my dear members of the group, you are important. Also, we are important because we are working. So our production is important. So my teachers are important for me. Also, let you do something so that our school will be a good school. The students' performance will be better. The community members will accept the school as an ideal school. So both production and pupil, workers, both are important. Therefore, team management that has been shown. For example, because I doubt whether you can understand or not this graph, figure 5.5. So how many are 4? One is your impoverished management, another country club management, another authority compliance, another organization management, another team management. 5. For example, have you with you the self-finished material?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Page 17. Please look. Figure 5.5. Page 17. Figure 5.5. For example, left side high, horizontal side, your concern for production, vertical side, your concern for people. Now, just look at the top corner. Are you looking at top corner?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What is written?
Team style.
Team,
Sir,
team style. Bracketed. What is the digit?
9.9.
9.9.
9.9 means what? Mane 90% weightage is given to the people, 9% concern is given to the production. That means highest is given to the production, highest is given to the people. That is team. Similarly, let us come to the closer to your 1.9. That is country club style. Country club style. One is that is what is that?
Production.
One is your, that
Production.
is low. Huh?
Concern for
One is
production.
production, 9 is people relationship.
But high 9 means high, 1 means low. So this is how it is depicted and depicted. Similarly, this is how you can read. Similarly, 1.1 impoverished. This is low, this is low. Low production, less concern for the people, less concern for production. The low 1.1 impoverished. देखिए कि नहीं? Impoverished.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
1.1 means 1 means less. 9, 8 means high. 1 means 1.1. This side 1, this side 1. But that means less concern for people, less concern for production. Like that. 5.5, middle. Average concern for people, average concern for production. Like that. So people and production, they are more important in your leadership. Concern for them. Then another is 5.10.6, participative theory. Participative leadership theory suggests that the ideal leadership style is one that takes the input of others into account. Input means other knowledge, other skill, other ability. You are a leader. For example, teachers are there. जो शिक्षक माने ज्ञानी थिबे बुद्धिया थिबे तांको तो बुझी का कहबो. So therefore decision making, participate theory of leadership assume that involvement in decision making improve the understanding of issues. When all the rest of the members of the group are involved, then the group achievement will be better. So therefore, in the next page, page 18, non-participative, highly participative, it is given autocratic decision making by the leader. Means the head, the principal or the headmaster, he is taking the decision. That means autocratic, authoritative. I am the Brahma Bilibile Veda. Headmaster goes, hey, that is autocratic. That should not be. Then full delegation of decision to team, high participatory. Joint decision, ସମସ୍ତେ ମିଶୁଛନ୍ତି, collaborative ହଉଛି, that is high participative. ସମସ୍ତେ participate କରିବେ. ଯେତେବେଳେ ହେଡମାଷ୍ଟର କହେ ନା ମୁଁ ଯାକ ସେଟା ଠିକ, ସେ ଟିଚର କଣ କହିବେ? କଣ ହେଡମାଷ୍ଟର କରୁଛୁ କାହିଁ ଆମ ତ ଶୁଣୁନାହାନ୍ତି, ସେ ତାଙ୍କ କରୁଛନ୍ତି କଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି କରନ୍ତୁ. So less participatory, like that. Then management theory. Management theories, otherwise known as transactional theories, focus on the role of supervision, organization, group performance. That means the leader as a manager He supervises whether the work is going on or not, whether the members are doing or not, organize how it is planned, then how the group is performing, which member is performing, which member is not performing. If that member is not performing, what are the strategies undertaken by other members of the group so that he can be encouraged. So like that. Then relationship theory. Relationship theory is otherwise known as this is more important, transformational change. Transformational theory focus on the connections formed between the leaders and followers. That is more important. Who will transform? The leader. Who will be transformed? The followers. If the leader is not influencing, why do the followers will change themselves? So therefore, these leaders motivate and inspire people by helping group members. So you, as a leader, you should inspire, you should encourage, so that the members will be encouraged to change themselves. Then the last portion is your developing teachers' leadership skills. Now you are a teacher. Teacher is accepted as a leader. Now, how can we develop your leadership skills? With the advent of school and teacher education efforts, new leadership roles are emerging. That is your Lieberman and Miller. So, emerging opportunity for leadership. What are those? Initial teacher capacity building opportunity programs. Those new teachers, those teachers who are recruited newly, for them, some training programs will be organized. They will participate and they will know how to become leaders. So that is initial teacher. Leadership opportunities at the institution level. Now you are the teachers. Your institution is organizing a variety of activities. For example, annual function. Now at the head, you can be in the chair, but prize distribution, say for example reception, for example your introducing the dignitaries, some teachers will be assigned. Who can now, for example, who will be chosen as the teacher to introduce the guest on the desk? The teacher who is communicative, the teacher who is confident. जो शिक्षक भलो कही पारुथबो, भलो आत्मविश्वास थिबो, सेही टीचर आसी कह आज आम गहणर थंती प्रधान जिलापाल मगे कहिबि तन कथा, like that. So therefore, when the institution is organizing a variety of activities, the leader, the teachers will participate and they will develop their leadership quality. Professional development centers. There are different centers. They are organizing some 1 month program, 2 month program. You can participate and you can develop your professional leadership. For example, the aim of such centers could be to serve as the locus for teacher preparation. So therefore, the teacher will involve and they can involve. For example, the schools can go to the university and the university teacher, they are organizing some activities to to improve leadership qualities. Besides this, there are certain leadership skills talked about by Devane. What are those? Continuing to teach and improve one's own teaching. So continuous teaching. Therefore, about the teacher, Rabindranath Tagore has said something. Can anyone of you tell me, or do you know? A teacher can never truly teach unless he learns himself. A lamp can never light another lamp unless it burns its flame, like that. तमें आलोक दबाको हेले तमें जळिबो, शिक्षक जळिले पिला माने आलोकित हेबे. So therefore, the teacher should continue to learn. Learning is a never-ending process for the teacher. From the death to birth, the teacher should learn. So, therefore, the teacher can be enlightened. Organizing and leading peer reviews of the school practice. Now you can take the review of the peer, how the things are going on, whether it is right or wrong. If it is not, how can it be best done? Take their advice, take their suggestion. Then providing curriculum development knowledge. how curriculum can be developed, because sometimes the teachers are participating in the curriculum framework, curriculum development. So you must have sufficient knowledge. Participating in school level decision making. At the school level, many things, many decisions have to be taken. Promotion, now the government has started detention. Pila fail habo. आगु नथिला बंद हेतला. Similarly, किए प्राइज काहाकू को प्राइज दिया जे किए फर्स्ट पाइ किए सेकंड पाइबो डिबेट रे, किए स्कॉलरशिप पाइबो, किए ए काम करिवो. So like that, provide that is participating in school level decision making. Then leading in service education and assisting other teachers. Sometimes you are organizing programs, so some teachers may take leadership. Participating in performance evaluation of teachers. Sometimes you are evaluating your teachers. Now, how you have to participate, how to evaluate your teachers, what are the items to be included, what is the strategy to be adopted. So this is all about your unit 5, that is your leadership behavior. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Now it is too much, because only one unit is complete today. Okay, so it is only time. Do you want to have any interaction, or will you close?
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So tomorrow we'll discuss, because already I have given you sufficient background of your leadership behavior. Tomorrow, while talking about leadership style, most of things they will be repeated. So I will be quick, so that you can read, you can go through the material. Then it will be helpful for understanding the rest of things. So tomorrow we can talk about unit 6, that is about your leadership style. Then last unit is 7 is your transactional leadership, that we can do tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday. Then on Monday, Monday we can meet with each other. Then your Shivaratri, something like that. Then 27, 20, Thursday, Friday. So that my course will be completed. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Let me wind up the session. Thank you very much
Thank
for
you,
your
sir.
patient hearing.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.